Hello and welcome to this channel. Today I bring you the story about Samson. This video is to show you where Samson missed it, why Samson's eyes, why the Philistines were able to pluck out his eyes. You will find this story of Samson in the book of Judges, chapter 13 to 16. That is where this story about Samson is. So, the Bible says that the children of Israel did evil in the sight of God. And because of that, God allowed the Philistines to oppress them as a punishment for 40 years. So after these 40 years, God now decided he wants to deliver the children of Israel. And he chose to use Samson. So even before Samson was born, God has earmarked Samson for that purpose, to save, to deliver the children of Israel from the hands of the Philistines. So Samson's parents, Manoah and his wife, the angel of the Lord appeared to them. Manoah, being the father of Samson, had a wife, his wife was barren. But the angel of the Lord appeared to her and eventually to both of them, telling them that the wife will the barren wife will conceive and bear a child called Samson. The angel of the Lord gave the woman instructions as to before Samson will finally be born, to the extent that the angels also told her what and what to eat and what not to eat. So there were instructions that the angel gave her, because this child coming is a special child that God prepared for this purpose, to deliver the Israelites from the hand of the Philistines. So anyway, Samson was born, fine, and every challenges that Samson was confronted with, he overcame them. It was even recorded in the Bible that the Spirit of the Lord moved upon Samson every now and then, and even in between, to he sought God's counsel in some cases. So in his story, I realized that Samson's weakness was women. There were three women that he got involved with that was recorded in the Bible. The first woman that he saw that he liked, he told his parents, go get that girl for me. The parents went, and the lady happened to be at the Philistines. Anyway, they went to the girl's house. Along the line, he eventually did not get that woman. There was trouble, war with the Philistines. He won. He was victorious. He fought a lion too along the way. He won. He killed the lion. So every of the challenges that Samson was confronted with, he overcame them because the Spirit of God was with him. God was using him for a purpose. But his weakness were women. The first woman that he liked, he didn't get her. The second one, he went into just, he was careless too. Went into an harlot, left that one. Then the third one was Delilah. He saw her too. He saw her and he liked her, and he settled with her, started sleeping with her also. And this third woman obviously was a strange woman, evil woman. And Samson did not seek the counsel of God on all these women cases. But in between, he sought the counsel of God for some things, and he got answers. There was a part where he was somewhere and he was thirsty, there was no water around, and he sought the face of God, and God made water available. But when it comes to the women issue, Samson just go ahead, he gets emotional and he wants that girl, he wants her. So that was where his downfall started from. Women, and not seeking God before he decided on which woman to settle with. Anyway, he fell in love with Delilah, and Delilah set him up. Okay, Here is my proof that Delilah is a strange woman. Samson loved her, and it seemed that she claimed she loved Samson equally. But if someone loves you, will the person set you up for destruction, for death? This is a woman that kept pressurizing Samson. This woman was a Philistine. Her people told her, go and find out for us the secret of the power of this man called Samson. He has destroyed so much from us. We want to get him. We are ready to pay you, Delilah. And Delilah was happy to do it. First time he pressurized Samson, tell me the secret to your power. Samson tricked her. He didn't tell her the real secret. The second time, the third time, by the final time, the Bible records that Samson was somewhat overwhelmed by that pressure. He was somehow, he loved her so much that he was ready to die for her. I mean, why would you release the secret knowing that these people want to get you? And she didn't hide the fact that she wants to release that information to her people so that they can get him. And this is how powerful that strange woman's power oppressed even Samson's emotion so much that I believe that at the stage Samson was so pressurized into depression, so much that, oh, I love this woman so much, whatever she wants, I'll do it for her, even if it's going to cost me my life. That was the stage that Samson got to, because it was obvious to Samson that this information is mainly to destroy you, and he gave it away at the end of the day. And they came and plucked out his eyes. That was number one record instance where the challenges that Samson faced overcame him. All the challenges before, he won. This was the one. He didn't seek the face of God for the wife, for a woman to be with. He just went ahead, chose the one he wanted, and this one destroyed him. So anyway, even when at the final stage, when Samson had, was ready to die, he said to God, he seek God's counsel, say, God, give me this last power so that I can pull this pillar down and kill as many Philistines as I can. He saw God's face at that instant, and God hearkened unto him. He pulled down the pillars, and he died along with so many Philistines, much more in number than the ones he had killed previously. So, if he can see God's face and God hearkened unto him then, why didn't he sought God's face when choosing his women? Why didn't he sought God's face that God didn't let them pluck my eyes? Obviously, he didn't know what they were going to do, but he didn't sought God's face concerning the woman he stuck with. So, in essence, what I'm trying to say here is that the reason why Samson's eyes got plucked out in the first place was because he didn't sought God's counsel for his choice of woman. So he fell into the hand of a devilish, strange woman who eventually finished him. So if Samson had sought God's counsel on every major thing especially that he wants to dabble into, he wouldn't have died the way he died. But still, God still accomplished his purpose. So what can we learn from that as children of God? God has a purpose for every one of us, but along the line we will face challenges that is in place to slow us down, to derail us from God's purpose for our life. But whichever way, God's purpose will still be fulfilled, even if we don't do it, he'll find somebody else. But we are the one that will suffer. Because God, with his purpose for our lives, his plan for us is for a beautiful life, along with fulfilling his plans and agenda. Samson wouldn't have lost both eyes if he had sought the counsel of God each way, anytime he wants. If he had sought God's counsel on the woman he wants to marry and settle with, he would still have his eyes, and he would still defeat the Philistines and deliver the Israelites out of the hand of the Philistines. So what lesson can we learn from Samson? The lesson is we are children of God. Because God is moving, because we see evidently that God's hand is upon us, we face a challenge, we overcome it. That is not enough for us to be careless, as to feel the power is from us, as to feel we can sin and just live life carelessly because we feel God's Spirit is upon us. No. When we do that, we're diluting, we're reducing the anointing of God upon our life. So, because God has saved your life, has chosen you, it doesn't mean you should go back to your vomit. Even if you go, God is still God, but you are the one that will suffer the consequence. You are the one that will not benefit the beauty, the treasures, the wonderful thing God has in the package for us. So a lesson here is seek God's counsel before you settle with your partner. Seek God's counsel before you choose your husband or your wife. Otherwise, what happened to Samson, or worse, would happen to you. So, and I also want to leave you with this. Every story in that Bible is for us to learn. Men of God that God has used in the Bible, we are to follow their stories so as to learn from them, learn where they made mistakes and the punishment they got from. Because if we can see their mistakes, we will not do it. So we will not suffer that punishment. So that's the essence. For example, story of Daniel, story of Joseph, story of Jacob, so many stories in the Bible. So the stories of men in the Bible is for us. Even Job, another one. So it's for us to learn from their mistakes so that we don't fall into the same mistakes. So I hope I made some sense in this story about Samson. Yes, Samson did miss it because he didn't sought God's counsel for the partner he wants to settle. He had weakness for women. He sees them and, oh, I want that woman. And he goes and he forgets. In that instance, he just forgets that, I need to sought God's face. No, he just go ahead. Because there are instances where he sought God. There was a time, a bit where he was thirsty, there was no water around. He said, God, he called on him and God provided water. So why not he sought God's face when it comes to women? Oh God, is this woman okay for me? So that was where his weakness was. So we have to learn, when we identify our weakness, we need to pray. Father, Lord, I commit my weakness unto your hand. Don't let Satan use my weakness to get me. It is the weaknesses of a lot of us that Satan, the devil, used to get the child of God down. He uses alcohol, he uses drugs, he uses promiscuity, he uses greed, he uses so many other things. So we need to commit our weakness into the hands of God so that Satan will not get us cheaply. I have seen it happen to people around me. I'm praying that God help me too. Don't let my weakness make me lose the kingdom of God. Don't let my weakness make me suffer unnecessarily. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Bye for now. Thank you.